So we're live, Denatherion. Welcome.
Hey, how are you doing, Jerry Springer?
I'm doing nice. I'm pouring some rum now. So
Ram is
I,
good.
I'm getting prepared for this show.
Oh damn! Oh damn!
Oh
Did you
damn,
bring
yeah.
your headphones though?
Did I what?
Did you bring your headphones?
My headphones, of course.
Yeah, noise cancelling ones.
Yeah, it should be nice suppression, mama.
Voilà. For all of us that are joining right now, wherever you are, I'm gonna tell you a tale. The tale of the Denatherion.
Oh man. I've looked forward to this for so long time. You know, after I released the first podcast with Nuke, immediately afterwards you messaged me like, we're gonna do a podcast. And it's not gonna be like
Go-
Nuke, it's gonna be better, it's gonna be funnier. I'm gonna bring
Yes.
bullet points for you, and we're gonna go for this and this and this. And I'm like,
I went all
holy shit,
guildmaster
man,
on
yeah,
that.
you're coming.
Oh man, I went guildmaster on that shit. Like the moment Nook sent it to me, I was like, I know who is this. I know who's the guy behind this, and I like, yeah, I knew it. I knew I'm gonna have to do it myself.
I'm gonna have to do it myself as well. Yeah. But to me, it's like, yeah, I think I might know a bit of this story because I know the story of the Denatherion. It begins on Ashbringer, right?
Yeah, it does. On the launch, I started in many different realms, but Ashbringer was just created, and there was no queue. I went inside there with a bunch of friends who convinced me to go Horde for some fucking reason. Yes, I've always played Alliance, by the way. Uh,
You
and
mean in retail, right?
yeah. Even in retail, like there was a saga in retail where I played Horde during Legion. I also created the biggest Israeli guild that was there at the time.
All
Um,
the 15 players were there.
no, 350 players. No,
Oh
no,
man,
no joke. It was
yeah.
insane. It was insane. But the handling Jews proves to be really hard. Really hard.
That's racist, man. Even from a you.
No, it's not racist when you are one.
Okay, I'll
Uh,
let you go on. I'll let you off the hook on that one.
yes. So yeah, I actually created Reminiscence. The name itself was thought about with one friend I leveled together. We were like, we need a name that resembles the coming back into the past, and Reminiscence was nice. I created it when I was level 10, and I was the last one in the guild to reach level 60, I think, because I was there was 9 days where I constantly sat in Undercity managing the guild. It was insane. We grew up so fast because I did the guerrilla combat tactics where I invite everything I've seen. So at the beginning there was no guild, so there wasn't any standing where you can say this guild is good, this guild is bad. What I did is basically invite anything I've seen, anything I played with. I
I'm
invited.
I'm I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Now,
exactly what I would have expected you to say.
the best point about this is instead of us using the barons or instead of us using any general chat, the guild chat itself was so packed with messages. There was so much traffic there. Of course, as you can realize, a lot of problems have raised from there. When you are fine tuning so much, there is a lot of shit coming, and it's quite juicy, quite a lot of shit. But we grew up exponentially over 4 days until we became the only guild that is valid in the entire realm. Like there was one guild. Other than this, there were a couple of small guilds who didn't manage to get 40 people to Molten Core, so they did a merged run and they killed Ragnaros first. They, not us. So like there was a half guild. Together they went and killed it. We were the second ones. Um, but it was so huge. I had my big brother with me in the beginning, so we started. He came to me and he said, "You do realize how big it became, and we need to figure out whether we cut it off or we are actually accommodating this." We
Yeah,
made
because you were reaching the roof, like the max amount of players in a guild is 1,000, and you were up there, right?
Yeah, like we reached 1,000 at a point, and from that moment we started kicking people according to absence. If you were offline for 7 days on the beginning, you're out. After that, it was too much. So we reduced this to like 3 days. If you're offline for 3 days on the beginning of the couple of the first 3 weeks, you're out of the guild because there was so much demand, you know? And
Yeah.
everybody knew that if you want to raid, you come to Reminiscence. It was insane that within the second week, just out of nowhere, I logged in and I was hyped to go raid storming for the first time in my life in Classic. So I just shouted out and I had 120 people coming together with me to raid it. I wasn't even level 40 yet. The funniest part is, have you ever logged in and look into your guild roster and seen 750 people online simultaneously? That's insane. It's not just insane. We had to have a proper management to hold it off. So I had 3 officers who betrayed me at the end, but fuck that shit. And we had 25, I'm not joking, 25 social managers. As the name states, they manage social parts. So if somebody fought, if somebody steal, if somebody ninja loot, if somebody said something out of context, if somebody anything, they go to them. They bring it up to me. If it's required to be kicked or anything like this. Else, it's like make peace, go fuck yourself, both of them.
Bureaucracy, man.
Yeah, like legit. 4 groups have cleared MC the first, like as a guild. We were the first guild with 4 groups that clear MC. Then there was another guild who cleared it as a full guild. After this, I created 4 more groups. When the dissident came, the 8th group was standing still. There were management to it and everything. The way that I did this was I was recruiting a raid leader. I had, as you understand, many spreadsheets, too many spreadsheets. Okay, I had a spreadsheet for every raid team, and every spreadsheet for the raid team had 5 different spreadsheets inside of it. It's a roster, loot table, roles. I can't remember the rest. Also rules and stuff like this. So I chose a raid leader. I gave him raid assist. Imagine that I just gave somebody a control, a total control over the group. He could have done anything he wanted. The only thing I told him that he cannot divert from, he has to raid 2 days a week, not less, not more, and it has to be loot council. So there won't be a differentiate between loot council or whatever the other stuff. So everybody agreed to this because raid leader at the end of it just want to be a raid leader, and the social aspect was being taken care of by 25 social managers. It was EDEC free raid leading. Anybody would have liked that. Yeah, it came to the point that I was really hard. Like imagine that I log in and I am really, really occupied. I'm stressed. I'm not playing. I'm not enjoying the game. I'm just not having fun at all. So I became a little bit annoying and annoyed. I guess this is what drove the officers to like. I think what happened is every time they wanted to do something that was, for me, sounding like they're pulling the strings, pulling the reins towards their benefits, I was very protective. So I was fighting off them immediately. And apparently they mishmashed something, tried to say that I did bad stuff, even though I proved it wrong. And 5 minutes before my raid starts, I'm the raid leader. Everybody G quit. Like not everybody, my raid team, 32 players G quit, created a new guild named OL. After a month, that guild also been disbanded. The guild master raid leader also quit the game. But yeah, that took all of the wing for me. I was like, fuck this shit. I died for this guild. I have not seen my girlfriend for 7 months straight just to build this. And they live like this. Fuck that shit. I'm done. There was a question whether I should stay in Ashbringer or not. I couldn't. I just couldn't see my failure presenting in front of myself. And I just moved over to Bloodfang, which also happened with From the Ashes and also made me really obnoxious and not liking.
Yeah, and you came with luggage of the rumor that you had ninja looted the guild bank.
Exactly, and I even proved that wasn't a thing. Everybody in Ashbringer knows I've never ninja looted or anything, but those 4 people who were my management, they did the best they could to make it so. That was the funniest part. I was going, the moment it happened, everybody came to Discord. So in 3 seconds, I had 100 people in the general chat. People asking me, what happened? And I'm going live. I'm showing them the conversation. I'm showing them everything from TSM that shows what money I took, what money I went outside. I was the guild bank for my rating. Every raid leader had a guild bank. So after, yeah, you know,
This distraction. I mean, you told me before that you were gonna chat with a girl while doing this podcast.
Yes, she asked me. She
And
asked me if I'm an atheist.
you're like, no, it's not gonna be any problem.
Yeah, I tried my best.
And then we hear you fucking typing.
There was a really nice moment when I was live on the Discord there, where the Shadira, that was his name, he whispered me and said, "Are you going to give us the guild bank, or are you gonna ninja loot this?" And everybody on Discord was like, "What did he just say?" I'm like, "What? Fuck you left the guild."
Yeah, exactly.
And I had like 3 members who were still in my rating, like you know them, Adanos, and Morphas. Adanos, Morphas, and Maleficus. The 3 of those were in my rating, so they moved with me over, and I split a little bit of the money with them, and like we took like 300 gold out of like thousands, me, him, and him, just because we worked on this, and the remaining gold went inside the new rating. We bought 6 or 7 Lionheart helmet to any warrior who joined, so like we used that money to power the raiding team. At that point, I was just starting a new place with like 15 members. Some people left, some people came back, you know.
Yeah, and then you transferred to Bloodfang.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you have in mind to be a guild master when you transferred?
Definitely. Nobody takes this as a surprise when I say this. I do not enjoy World of Warcraft. For me, playing the game is not important. For me, I call this word of management. I like this. I enjoy this. I enjoy being important. Something that me and Luke talked about, and we had a lot of fun. I
Holy
realized it.
shit, you're
Yeah,
sounding like some
like
sort of
this.
villain, man.
No. It's not being bad. Like, I
It's
never
about the
done
power.
anything. No, it's not also the power. How much power did I have? I never had the power. Like, nobody did whatever I wanted. You know
No,
this. Like,
I know.
whenever I was in the guild master, I was never only the one that taking shots. You remember the management I had, man. My word was beneath most of them. Like, you know, Mosen and Vass. If Mosen said we go this way, I said God bless you every time, because Mosen knew far more than I did. Mosen, all of my management, I always pick people who are more experienced than me in game wise, but there was nobody more experienced than me in organizing shit. I just like this. I don't know. I like being there for people. I like talking with people. I like meddling. That's now reflecting back, I guess, because of the girlfriend. I find somewhere else where I'm needed.
But how did you create from the ashes? Was it just with the players that transferred with you from Ashbringer?
Yes, no, not exactly. We had when I transferred there, I don't exactly remember what prompted Ascalon and my conversation. I don't remember who approached who. I believe Ascalon approached me because I've never knew him before. I just can't remember, honestly.
So Ascalon was there from the start.
Ascalon was in Bloodfang from at least as far as I know.
Yeah, but from the ashes.
Yeah, and he was there on the beginning of From the Ashes, exactly. I think when I moved, I created the guild. We were like 15 people. I tried to recruit. I saw that it's not working. Ascalon approached me, said, I'm going to come, and I've got like 15 people coming from Nemesis. I said, why? They said, I've done everything. I'm the raid leader. I don't want to be the raid leader. I hate it there. And I was like, okay, whatever. Just come. I will be the raid leader. I don't give a fuck. And he joined us with 4 people out of the 15 he promised.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But he was a really good player. Putting aside Ascalon personality, in terms of raw tanking, he was a really good player. I think Ascalon was rank 1 tank a couple of times on the realm.
Yeah, but who cares about tank parses? Come on, man.
Agreed. But let's say that he was really sharp. Like, he would have seen scenarios happening. Like, when I'm tanking, sometimes I have like 360 view. I look and I see that some shit is being pulled from behind, something I developed as a raid leader. He also were like this. Like, when something got pulled, you wouldn't hear me saying Ascalon go tank it. No, Ascalon would have told me, then I stay there. Like, he already saw it coming, which was really good. In terms
Yeah.
of pro playing skill, he was a good player. In terms of a personality, he was the worst. We have been going through a rough patch at some point because half of the guild wanted to go hardcore, half of the guild didn't want to go hardcore. We tried recruiting, it didn't work because Bloodfang is a fucking shit place.
Oh, come on.
You know that. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, but
There is
you eventually you thrived in that shit, you know?
Yes, it doesn't mean that I'm not shit as well. You know, when you play with shit, you are shit as well. But
True.
like it is a shit fest. It is what it is. Like there is not enough people there. And Ascalon and Fusius were both my officers and my right hand. That was before Mose and Vas and all of my esteemed management, the good ones, like the angels came. It was
Yeah, the
wonderful.
Swedes.
The Swedes before. It was when I was subject to bad behavior. I can tell you that when I was in Ashbringer, I never poached any member. I can tell you that I never actually posted a recruitment message because you can understand why the fame brought people to us. We never had to do this. The only people I would have poached was guild masters. Like I remember going to 4 guild masters, telling them to come join me, and they did. This is how I found 4 regulars.
Yeah.
But that is not poaching when you go directly to the guildmaster. At least not in my opinion. I offered him a better deal for himself.
Yeah, but here on Bloodfang you had to poach basically.
Yeah, it's not just had to poach. I didn't like the idea to begin with, but Ascalon and Fusios were always saying this. I'm not putting the blame on them. At the end of it, they did not point a gun into my face. I think I basically did it more because I cared about my members, the 30 people that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stood to the shit and eat the shit in order to provide to them. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like, yeah, it was bad. Definitely it was bad. Some people hated me for a long time. It also ruined our name. The way that I did this, why people now, after hearing Figuren and Stoffe talking a little bit, I don't remember approaching Epic Fabricant. But to be fair, it wasn't a macro, but I don't know. Many people have seen me doing this when I was streaming. I would /U shamans or /U warriors, put level 60 or at the beginning 50 and 55 up to 60, and I would just go one by one, right click whisper, paste my pre-organized message, you know, and the message was exactly the same. The only thing I changed was the name at the beginning to make it personal, to make them feel like I've written this now myself just for them. Yes, you have to be fucking politician at this shit. No problem. So I just went over all of the shamans, and if I'm not mistaken, the only possibility that Epic Fabricant would think that I poached their members would have been a shaman. I guess shit happens. That incentivate, you know.
You weren't personal. It was like getting a canned email response. People
Exactly.
were comparing their approaches they gave, and were like, okay, he posted exactly the same thing to me.
Yeah. Now the funniest part is that what Figuren and Stoffi said, that 100% correct. I would have never purposely poach the best guild on the game, saying, "Hey, buddy, come join me. I'm better." What?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that they can also only put it on one incident that it ever happened. Most likely, have been a shaman. I've never talked to Epic Fabricant members regardless of this because I know I couldn't offer anything.
Yeah. Let's correct one thing. He's actually called Krille, not Stoffe. Stoffe is his name on Discord, and I messed that up in the beginning of the last episode as well. It's Krille that we're talking about when we're saying Stoffe.
Okay, yeah, okay. I will use that name. Clearly, the GM of Epic Fabricant.
Oh man, hearing you trying to say that, probably you probably should stick to Stoffe.
No, just keep in mind I don't know Sweden and I don't have the accent. Now,
Yeah.
after this shit happened, after Ascalon left, Figuren was right to say that I blamed him for no reason. Yeah, it was my bad. I
Yeah,
started this.
let's go over that first. Like, how did Ascalon leave?
Oh, damn, goddamn. I didn't know about anything. A day before this, we planned to sit together and go doing DM runs and like talk about guild management and anything. I
Yeah,
went
the
to work.
reason they did DM rounds was because Ascalon had both the bindings and he was farming arcane
Exactly.
crystals, and they was asking players in the guild for arcane crystals and so forth.
The funniest part when that second binding dropped, we already knew that Ascalon shouldn't be trusted, but I was like, dude, I promised that guy that he's gonna get it. I'm a man of my word, and I gave it to him. My management at the time didn't want it to be done, but it still happened. I gave my word. We wanted to do this. I went to work on that morning. During that, it was an hectic work day, so I wasn't around my phone. I was a programmer for smart houses and shit like that. I was driving. I was with clients all day, and then at like 3 in my time, 3 p.m., I see that my chat is going ballistic in Discord, and I'm like, what the fuck? I see that Discord is gone. I see people whispering me and said, what, did you quit? I was like, no, I didn't quit. What happened? Everybody got kicked. The guild has been disbanded. I was like, what? I rushed home as quickly as I could. I actually clocked off immediately and I rushed home as quickly as I could. I salvaged it as best as I could. I lost like 5 people to this, 5 people precisely. But we rebuild. This time I was choosing the Swedes, Mose and Vass and all of those. And that was the best decision I ever made. They are truly like godsend. No joke. Like they're the best I could have ever asked from anybody. And basically what Ascalon and Fusius, Ascalon never had the rights to do this, but Fusius is also like a follower. Is not somebody who would think for himself. So what happened was Ascalon told him to delete the Discord, and they deleted everything. And I was, you understand how organized I am. So I was putting a lot of effort into our Discord. Even after that, we had the best Discord on the land. Don't be jealous, people. Don't be jealous. I've already modified 4 Discords for 4 different guilds. Yes, I'm a guild oper. Figuren said that to me first.
Yeah, but that was only in the end.
Yeah, only when I couldn't find myself anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was Ascalon. After Ascalon left, I picked the wrong fight with the wrong person.
Yeah, Figuren that is.
Yeah, that was Figuren.
Let's hear your take on that beef.
It was
just go through the beginning. Don't end it. We will end it later. Like how did it erupt?
I remember somebody whispering me and telling me that Figuren knew all about what is going to happen, and I didn't ask how much did he know. But the moment I thought he knew, I felt like he owes me something, like he owes to tell me. And not because me, like what went through my brain was this was a misdeed of one guy that ruined 40 people's day. Even if you don't know me, even if I don't know you, I would have still came to you and told you this. And I can tell you guys, everybody is hearing, during my entire time in From the Ashes, I have received enormous amount of tips about my members from people outside because they are asking around, because they are planning to do something. A lot of them, people who don't owe me anything, I guess they were in my pugs, so they got to know me a little bit. Maybe they respected. I don't know.
Yeah, or just fanboys from the stream, you know.
Maybe, I don't know, but some people actually, without any benefit to themselves, still did it, and I was quite happy about this. So I guess I expected it from Figuren, even though I don't have any rights to expect anything of the sort or any logical reason to expect. Well, for that I actually already apologized to Figuren. That started it and made it like a snowball. Of course, that as what was the name of his priest who was, other than the first time, never able to dispel me because I was always Figuren. By the way,
so much XO or something.
Yeah. So you should know, Figuren, the only reason I was able to avoid you is because somebody within your guild told me wherever you are every time, so I will never get dispelled. I was always one step ahead of you because I had help from inside. By the way,
oh man, that's a bomb.
I'm just saying.
You had a mole inside of Epic Fabriken.
I always had a mole inside Epic Fabriken. That was the thing. And
yeah, so you didn't need to poach the member. You already had him.
Yeah, but so everything went along. We rebuild. We had really strong core. Everything was fucking golden because I'm not proud of this, but Madhouse breaking down put us From the Ashes as the third optional guild on the realm. It was Epic Fabriken, another guild I can't Unity, Epic Fabriken, Unity wasn't in the mix yet. They didn't have all the people coming to them yet. I think it was Epic Fabriken. I can't remember who's the other guild, and then that was From the Ashes. We were the top 3 guilds. Of course, From the Ashes and Epic Fabriken weren't on the same level. But when people have to decide where they're gonna go, they can't go to Epic Figuren because they're not Swedish. They only have us. And then Blizzard fucked me in the ass. But not like, I'm gonna be a little bit like a lot of imagination. They opened my cheeks and drop it inside with full power and fast. They opened
your what?
They opened migration. They opened my ass, buddy.
Oh yeah.
They opened migration, buddy, and that moment that fucked me over, because from being the only second available option, I became the last option basically. Unity got all of the not all. They got like 2 or 3 members that were really good from Hounds of Hades, and they were also involved in the ranking. So they also brought more ranking players into them. So Unity will grew up in strength by a lot.
Yeah.
There was a time where Unity wanted to merge with us, and Ascalon was involved on that. But I think Fraj wanted to have Thunder Fury first, and I couldn't say yes, so it didn't happen.
Yeah, Guildmaster Pry on the loot, you know.
No, I didn't get it first. Ascalon got it. I got it like...
but Fraser, Guildmaster.
Yeah, of course. But they wanted to merge into us. Like the discussion was merging to us, not us merging into them.
Okay.
But you know, shit happens. It's good for Unity that it didn't happen. I'll just say it this way.
Yeah, when Unity really erupted was when the rankers started joining Unity. Like the meme became, you go rank 14 and then you join Unity. And
Exactly.
Figuren said it last episode as well. Unity has 20 rank 14 warriors and they still can't push a good time in BWL. There's some truth to that, maybe.
I can tell you one thing. I've seen Epic Fabrican raiding. And you know what? I actually believe Krilly and Figuren when they said that they are not thriving into being speedrunners. They are not. They're just doing what they just play and enjoy it. And I didn't understand a single word they were saying during those streams. But you see how everybody plays. Like, for instance, I remember I see Dr. Stefan, the priest, looking from Flamegore looking from the beginning to Flamegore to see the upper level, to see where Flamegore is right now. That's where I learned how to do this. Funniest part, even though we were at war, quote unquote, I learned all my pug tactics from Epic Fabrican. I went inside their stream. I see how they did stuff. I did the same thing on my pugs. This is like hide behind the wall where you pull the warlocks and the goblins. Came from them. How to tank Flamegore everything came from them.
So did you learn the preparation for Chromagus when you would line everybody up and you would yell hide?
No.
You would yell the breath. Okay, so you added to the Epic Fabrican strats.
That was mine. That was mine because some people.
Oh man, Denatherion, please just describe what you used to do before Chromagus on the pod.
Yeah. Like do you guys know that I can't remember what's the name of this game in real life? It's like, we call this sea and land. When I say sea, you go down on the floor. When I see land, you go up on something, any furniture. Or
similar to Simon Says.
Yeah, okay, whatever. So what I said to them, everybody stand on top of me. I'm gonna say a random name of breath, and you need to do what you need to do. This wall is line of sight. Where I am, it's inside. And I said fire breath, poison breath, frost breath, and then I said time lapse. Every time I said time lapse, no matter how many times we have done BWL, half of the raid fucked up. There was a lot of fun where I said something and then I changed it immediately, and then you see people like moving and coming back. It was that was the power trip I liked. You know, this is where I use my power to do some stupid shit.
I told you power was when you drive.
This was the power trip, the only one though. The only one.
I hated when you fucking did that, man. First, you have us come to the pug with full well buffs, only to waste them when you are telling us to hide for training for breaths, and then doing the time lapse thing, and you're like pointing out who didn't stay in, and you're going like loot band.
Yeah, I mean, I never loot banned somebody. I never ever tampered with loot for anybody, even though I told you you're loot banned. You know how many times I told Grandmom she is loot banned? I told Grandmom she is loot banned more than 20 times. Okay, 20 times. She always won the items. She was the most geared warlock on the realm just from being in the park, you know. But
that's a pity. Waste gear on a warlock.
She is a good person. But at the end of it, I just
Yeah,
use this.
that's what warlocks boils down to. It's a good guy that you bring to raid, right?
The warlocks they are useless. They are summoning stones and stuff like this, in my opinion. But
Yeah, warlock is a meme. But it's
yeah, like droid though. Imagine droids. They only want one. That's all. Fuck the rest. But yeah, that was the pugs. It was fun. The pugs was the only thing I enjoyed the most because I was doing it solely for myself. I would have come. I would have raided it. I don't owe anybody anything. I just do what I like. I can say and speak whatever I want. If you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. Pretty much. I was always fair though, but I didn't like
yeah,
being.
that's the thing. That's the thing. It was a fair pug. I was very very annoyed by a lot of aspects on it, but in the end, like you were always fair. And you can't say that for every pug. Like some of the pugs, that when you have a guild backing the pug, they go like they check up your logs and they check your gear, and then you pick the guy who doesn't need a specific item, and then they put their own raider in the spot for getting an item, and that annoys me because when I try to join a pug and I go, yeah, I want to reserve a DFT, they say, no, sorry, you can't do that. And I go, why
Yeah,
should I come and do the pug with you guys then? You didn't care. You just went, okay, reserve whatever you want.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this exactly. I wanted to be the best pug in the realm. So this means I don't give a fuck about my own gear, and I never did. Like you saw me, I was the worst gear shaman every time.
Yeah, you
uh,
did it. You didn't even have an epic mount.
yeah, never. I never cared about this. I told you I played World of Management. Classic is a sham, buddy.
You're such a bureaucrat, man.
It's a bureaucrat, and I also don't really understand what bureaucrat means because we don't use this in Israel. But no, it's the idea of mattering. That's what I wanted to say. Like, um, I never cared if I'm gonna be the guild master or not. But as long as you take my ideas into consideration, you don't have to agree to them. Just take them into consideration because I'm
Yeah.
not coming without experience. I've guild master quite a lot of communities. And I'm trying to keep everybody content and happy. So it's never coming from my own personal gain. I mean, it is because I like to be loved. So of course I'm gonna work towards people loving it. Yeah, basically that.
Okay, so let's get back to the sort of timeline that we had previously. So,
Remind me.
so it was when BWL released, like 2 weeks into BWL, a lot of guilds disbanded, and
Ascalon
yeah,
put us in the worst place possible.
yeah, I don't really remember. Did Ascalon leave before BWL or after?
Before,
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 okay.
and I had to. I don't even remember which 3 tanks went inside, but we were so out of shape. We died on flank. We did realm second and realm second on realm first couple of times on the first 3 bosses, but flame go 4 wipes. First 2 bosses, so 3
Yeah,
bosses.
yeah,
Flame go 4 wipes, we called it, and then we fucked up over it.
yeah. So what eventually happened is that you merged with Tons of Hades, right?
Not exactly. I realized what Bloodfang has done, and then I told them all to join us. Pretty much, they were supposed to join some other guild, but it
Who
fell
was
through.
Bloodveld?
Their guild master, the guy who took the guy that actually took the guild bank.
What did he do?
I have no clue. All I knew that is he took the guild bank to himself, and also it doesn't look good when the guild master is the best guild warrior, where the other warriors don't even have one epic. It just doesn't look good. No matter how you shape it, you can say you're the best player ever. They are rubbish players or whatever you like to call them. You can't be best in slot when all of the other raiders don't even have a single epic item. I couldn't agree with this, and I told this to him to his face. I never hide my feelings toward. He knows it. We fought constantly, a lot. But yeah. So
Why were you even in contact with that guy?
no, we were talking at the beginning. We started as a rivalry friendship. I poached his people, he poached my people, and then we started talking together. And then he said to me, "I'm gonna be better than you. My guild will be better than From the Ashes." And I said, "Okay, bring it on."
Oh, yeah.
It never happened. Not that From the Ashes was top rank 1, right, Figuren? But from the trashes, I heard you. You have like five people from that raid in your guild, in your rating.
Yeah,
Just saying.
yeah, that's when Epic Fabrican really took off when they got your guys, right?
No, they actually gained something, you know?
Yeah.
They gained enormous. My plaything. It's stated over on his public note. Denatherion, what was it? I think Denatherion wank object or something like that.
What?
Yeah. You remember we had self-portrait in our Discord. Everybody put a picture of themselves, write a little bit about themselves, where they are from, what they like to do.
Player presentation.
Yeah, exactly. So Enormous put himself there. Like Enormous talks like a little 14 years old child with his voice, but he's dude, the guy is fucking gorgeous. No joke, no homo, no homo. The guy,
How does he look?
He's like, you know, the meme, the blonde blue eyes motherfuckers. Yes, those who raised with everything but got fucked with a voice. I loved you Enormous. I do, I really do. And
So, so Dolph Lundgren merged with Mike Tyson.
I don't know who both of them are, buddy.
Oh man.
But it's like I don't really know how to put it. Just like I don't understand how he was single so far. But he was. I guess it's the voice, Enormous. I guess it's the voice, man. Just try to talk in a deeper voice, buddy. You have to do this. That's all. That's pretty much all of it. Like after this, what were we? Where?
Yeah, tell me about the BWL phase for From the Ashes.
Oh, so BWL. I tried so many ways in order to get back on the fate. After we get Hounds of Hades, and we were the only guild that was a valid option other than Epic Fabrican before the gates were open to Bloodfang. Stuff were starting to look great. The management was united, and we were we were really good to the point that we never took decisions lightly. I heard what Figuren and Krilly said, where they don't like to take decisions by a group of people. I feel like everybody from the Ashes trusted the management, not me, the management that I picked. And whatever we decided was like everybody was on board. I think that we tried to start recruiting more seriously, and we were actually seeing like good future. The moment the gates were open to Bloodfang, we just abandoned all hope and we went casual. We went really casual. Like we said, world buffs are not mandatory anymore. Consumables only bring what you need to survive. You can raid look if you want, as long as you come prepared. And that fucked us over really hard, because from clearing in 50 minutes, 51 minutes, we went into 1.5 hours.
But just for us as a reference, what were the how the fuck do you say it? So where did you put the bar prior to saying like no world buffs required? What were the requirements prior to that?
We always said bring all the world buffs you can bring. Of course, if you get fucked by a certain someone, then it is what it is. But like
no, it's not. It is what it is. It's actually Figuren.
Yes, it's actually Figuren. If you get fucked by Figuren, you get fucked by Figuren. But other than this, try to bring everything you can. But I can also tell you that, like players like Vas and Gasha, you shouldn't have never. Even when we said do not bring world buff and consumables, they brought everything, and I'm talking about even those shitty stuff from Blasted Land, that nobody fucking bring. They min-maxed everything they could possibly do, and that pushed other players to do the same. So it's only the casual players, the slacky players that like they were composing 50% of the rating, not to be fair, yes, but they were like taking it as finally. But the rest of the people kept on coming the same way, the same prepared way, and this is when we realized there was a problem, where 50% is hardcore and 50% are just not giving a damn.
Yeah, exactly. You got the divide.
Exactly, and this is when we started looking for decision. This was the beginning of the end.
And the end eventually became joining It Is What It Is.
No, the end was catfish. After that, joining it is what it
Oh,
is.
yeah, the catfish.
Hmm.
Oh, should we save that one? And we take the catfish as the last point, maybe.
I know, Jerry. I know.
Yeah,
Let's.
I think it's a good cliffhanger to keep people listening. Like
I tell you what, we can disclose this after the advertisement.
exactly.
Coming back to you guys after the advertisement.
That's how you get the cash.
Legit.
Okay, so let's just jump into it. All of a sudden, you join It Is What It Is as the entire guild comes there.
Yes, like there was a Genesis merge where we were dude, there was a merge that's supposed to be with Genesis, and I'm not joking when I say this. If they had taken that merge, first of all, I would have quit the game, and second of all, we were so fucking good. I'm not joking. Like we were fucking insane. We picked up our best players, our 20 best players. They picked up their 20 best players, and I played with them as we will disclose later. The 20 players they picked were practically the same one as I picked, like the hardcore ones, like bringing all the flasks, bringing everything, like always min-maxing. And they were actually going more hardcore than us. They were using flask, most of them, not because it was mandatory, because they wanted.
Yeah.
And that merge fell because when I went inside talking into their Discord, I wasn't political. I just dropped my political behavior and I was myself. And I scared some of them. And that some uprised and told them that they shouldn't be merging, apparently.
How did you scare them?
I don't know. I think most likely because I said I'm not gonna accept any kind of slackiness in that raid team. We are going to, and you need to understand it was all coordinated between the management, the new management, not my management, the new management. We were all talking about what rules we're gonna set. And I stayed around those rules. I didn't go above and said, no, you have to suck my dick twice a day. No, I went exactly the same thing. Exactly. And the funniest part, the players that weren't the 20 people, they were the ones who started speaking up. But because there were so many of them, they also convinced those who were chosen, and then it just fell through. At this point, we already know that From the Ashes cannot survive with the problems that it had with the catfish, which will go later after the advertisements.
Yeah.
So we merge into It Is What It Is. That was a nice story. That was a really nice, juicy story as well. It wasn't.
Wait. I want to take one point before. I'm gonna ruin this. But when you recruited players, how did you interview them?
Oh, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I always told them, come on Discord, let's talk. I never interviewed them written, like always verbal, like always talking. It wasn't only me. Like if I took a warrior, I would have made sure that the warrior class leader is sitting together with me, and an officer always came with me. So we were always gangbanging a new recruit with 3 people.
Gang
Always.
banging,
Yeah.
like how?
And like we were asking all of the questions. We were giving, like, it was also setting a premise that we are serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when somebody showed off that he's not serious, or maybe he got afraid from the approach, then he just saved us the trouble of wasting time.
Yeah, but what I'm after is how did you set the premise that you were serious? How did you communicate that?
I think we were saying what the requirements are. Like when we also, don't forget, I had the huge raid policies, like I went over the entire Discord and I showed the raid policies. The raid policies were thorough from top to bottom. Anything you need to know will be written there.
I'll give an example.
Yeah, like what loot priority, and not just saying raider above trials. No, everything. How the loot is being determined. Who's determining the loot? When the loot is being determined? Not just this. What is your requirement for the raid? Consumables, word buffs. What do you need to know about your character? What are the debuffs? Everything you would have needed to know. The organization, what our goals are, everything. I gave you the rundown as if you were coming into a company. And the raid policies, as another word to it, would have been a contract between the raider and the raid team. Basically, I'm not joking. It was. I actually refer to it as a contract that binds us both.
I know, but I think you're explaining it a bit softly. Maybe that's your take on it, that you were being soft. Like
I honestly don't remember anything shady or stupid was done there.
No, but I just think I think you took new guys in there who didn't know what they were getting into, and you just fucking grilled them.
I mean, most people maybe thought that even though we are so organized and they see the organization that was there, we are just like, casual or anything because the times that we were doing. But we were really trying to push forward. We did up until the point we gave up. But at the beginning, we really did. We really tried to push forward to be rank. I wouldn't say top 1, but I would say top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess some people said yes, not understanding fully what yes means.
Yeah, I guess so too.
Yeah, but well, I can tell you that like my raid pugs, my guild was the same thing. Everything was fair and transparent as fuck.
But do you ever think you had some requirements that, with hindsight, were too much?
90% attendancy was too much.
Yeah.
That was like bringing word buff and consumables for a guild that wanted to be hardcore. That was not too much to ask. But 90% attendancy was too much. Like I remember I did the attendancy. People kept it. People kept 90%. I myself kept it. I didn't go to my birthday. I didn't go to a wedding. Many stuff I gave up on. And that was a mistake. 70% would have been something that is legit. 70% and go with like 40, 50 members into a raid team.
Yeah.
That's what any raid guild should do right now in order to survive. Up until TBC, of course.
Okay, so let's go back to it is what it is.
Well, before it began, Nuke has promised us roughly 19 spots, which was 19 out of 20 best hardcore players. Also, we wanted, the premise was when we join, we will have a stick and a carrot. And that means that now there is a lot of competition about every slot in the raid team because there are 2 raid teams, but there are like 120 players. So there are only 80 people.
Yeah.
Which means you have to put up, you have to shine practically to get it. That's the boot, that's the stick. The carrot is you're gonna get a really great raiding team where everybody is on the same level because the requirements. The stick would have been if you're not, bye-bye. You can go
Were you gonna prioritize one of the raid teams?
No. Then that was something that was clear to me and Nuke and everybody that was involved that Group 1 is not better than Group 2. It was numerically numbered just because historically. The Group 1, I can tell you that Group 2 was faster than Group 1. The group I leaded for the first 2 days, first 2 times, they were faster times. But after this, a lot of shit happened and then it went sideways. But no, there was utterly complete equalness between 2 groups. Nobody lied about this. Snook is really careful with this. There are the progression group where you pick up the best 40 players, which I myself wouldn't be involved because I just couldn't be asked.
Yeah.
But everybody else would. Everybody would have wanted. So we were joined in. I didn't like the slowiness. Like remember in From the Ashes, when we wanted to do something, I would have said, okay, so this is what you guys decided. Good. What do we need to do? We need to do 1, B, 2, 3. Okay, so Grandmam, you take this. Vas, you take this. Nimain, you take this. Mosen, you take this. 2 days maximum, everything was done. Everything was done. If Discord would have needed to be changed overall, I would have done this within 5 hours. I never delayed stuff, and they never delayed stuff because this is the way that we worked in From the Ashes. Nothing was delayed. Nothing was procrastinated other than Gasha brother.
Yeah, I trust you. I've heard you say that you consider your officers your employees.
Yes, and also treated them the same way with respect. And like I heard whatever they said is not as something I will dismiss. I would hear it until the end. I would put it to a vote as well. I never took a decision by myself. And whatever the vote yields, even if I don't agree with it, this is what's going to happen. Same goes for the many stuff that happened. But
would you pressure your officers to present results?
I don't know. Maybe they were pressured. I don't remember myself shouting on anybody on saying why aren't we doing stuff because I never had to. At some point I was raid logging because I was playing Escape from Tarkov all day. I had enough from World of Warcraft. I just had enough with all of the toxicity and everything. I was raid logging, practically raid logging for a month. Mosen handled everything. He was doing groups, he was doing assignment, he was everything. Split trading, he was handling everything. I didn't even ask him to do this. He stepped up the moment he saw I didn't do it. This is why I cherish them. They were as much the trust behind from the ashes to continue this long after everything that it's endured as I did. Same thing. So yeah, it is what it is. Nuke tried to do some stuff different. Of course, he has been scarred by Madhouse before. It was needed to be published to everybody and take the majority consent. The problem is when you try to raise the bar, the most people that will get hit by this is the people who doesn't go above the bar, and those people were the ones that mostly were going against this. So the people who didn't like me were the people who were not chosen for the raid team at all, but they were hearing it so loudly, they convinced people who didn't know me. Of course, my name and my heritage before didn't really help for that. Not a lot of people from It Is What It Is knew me. So I went in, and by the storm, I changed the entire Discord. I changed I changed like 6 different stuff within 5 days. I changed Discord, I changed ranking, I changed the GRM, the Guild Rooster Manager. I updated everything. I changed the way that they are handling the guild banks, and also created the raid teams. I created the raid teams, of course, together with their management, but I was like handling the spreadsheet myself, putting it there, discussing the benefits and the benefits of anything, basically anything. Of course, everything was coordinated with Nuke. Everything I did, Nuke, I'm going to work on Discord now. He said, yes, I did it. He said, no, I didn't touch it. And many times he delayed me. He delayed me for a week before I touched the Discord. But the first thing happens every time I change something is a lot of retaliation. Like, I just felt that no matter how much time I put inside trying to make everything better for everybody, I was bashed upon it. And
but wasn't it a bit the same situation as it was for you back in Ashbringer when you felt that one of your officers were taking a different direction than you were doing? Didn't you put Nuke in the same situation?
I mean, none of them. It's not the same because the same Pumpit was the name of that officer, and Shadira. They didn't come to me and said, "Hey, buddy, let's do this, this, and this, and this." And I said yes, and I said yes. I said no, because the things they wanted to do were they wanted to actually change the loot system to accompany officer's rank and raider rank and raid assist more than the other people, which were partially, most of them, their friends, his brother and stuff like this. I didn't agree to this. I came to Nuke with stuff that Nuke wanted me to change. He wanted me to change the Discord. I actually made a decoy Discord where I put everything in there and I show it to him before I even made the change. And he agreed to all of this. So it wasn't something that was done against his wishes. It was something that was done, but he didn't realize how much retaliation that would result, how much people were attached to the Discord, or how much people just didn't like anything I would have touched.
Yeah.
And I don't blame Nuke. He was also cuckold in the same situation himself. Of course, that when somebody comes in and storms,
Did you call him cuckold?
Yes, he was fucked as well. Maybe I have a wrong definition for cuckold. Let's just move on. I mean, it was fucked both ways. That's what I mean.
Okay.
I get that whatever happened there wasn't malicious from Nuke or anything. I stormed the castle. I made a lot of changes. I did this because I'm a worker. I'm not somebody who procrastinates. I'm workforce. Most of them told me this. Okay, you give me something to do, I will do this in immediate. I don't like. Also, I'm enjoying this. It's not like you're asking me to go do groceries or anything. You're asking me to do something I like, making organization. Thank you. Keep that coming. I did all of this. Sometimes alone, sometimes with the help of management. The majority of it was alone. And also, in order to do stuff, I had to gain rank. I had to be for instance, I had to be an officer and an administrator on Discord in order to do all the changes. This granted me option to see the officer chat and the officer chat on Discord itself, which also made them a little bit uncomfortable, I guess, even though I tried my best not to read anything they were saying, unless they actually pinged my name.
But did they promote you to officer?
No. It wasn't on the subject, and it wasn't something that I was demanding at anything. By the way, on the marriage itself, I did not demand anything. I didn't come to Nuke, I want to be an officer or even a raider. I told him, you will trial all of us, and I was a trial. I was a raid leader trial. That's pretty much what went down there. Of course, after a couple of times that I'm doing something, I'm investing my time and I'm getting shit-faced, I was like, fuck this shit. I started also Nuke and me had a conversation, a heated one, like a really long one, where I went all out at him, he went all out at me. We kind of fight for a little bit.
What was the conversation about?
Just my feelings towards everything I was promised and towards everything that actually happened. You know, what was promised and what was happening. And for him, he stressed over all of the stuff from his side, which was right. He was right as well.
It's confusing now, Denatherion, but on one behalf you promised a bunch of stuff. On the other side, you're saying that you were being evaluated as a trial like everybody else.
No. We were promised spots. We were promised the agenda.
Okay, so you're talking about collective promises now.
Yeah. It wasn't me. It was 19 spots for my 20 people, and any other player that will outperform any other current trader will take the spot of that trader.
Yeah.
Those were the promises. You need to understand. I didn't come with self-gain. I came to it is what it is because I saw the same thing Nuke saw. We want to make the best guild, and having a carrot and a stick will help us do this.
Yeah.
It didn't transition well enough because the majority, or at least the people who had their voice loudest, didn't want this to be done. Whether they were qualified to be in that hardcore team or not, it's up to their management to tell them. I'm not gonna disclose this, but the part that Nuke told me was that I took the castle by the storm. Pretty much, I did too much too fast.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't expect me to be finished so quickly and put so many changes one after the other. Again, I felt unappreciated. I felt like I am doing a lot of work and not getting any appreciation. I'm not talking about rank. I never asked him to be. I didn't tell him to promote me to a raider. I told him I like to medal, and then eventually I would like to sit next to you. But for now, I'm a trial, and I was a trial. I didn't get loot, anything. I was the raid leader. I was trial.
But did you communicate that in the terms of this is how I feel, or did you communicate it like you're not doing this, you're not doing that?
No, I both. Some part of them where I feel like, and some part of them you didn't. You know, like some part of them are harsh, like not harsh, like I'm striking him, and some part of them I'm telling him. Of course, I'm political afterward. Don't forget. Sometimes I just lost my nerves, but other than this, I was mostly political. I took that conversation between us. I showed this to my FTA members. I didn't tell them leave the guild. I also, when I showed this to them, I gave them all of the conversation when Nuke was the last guy to say the last word. Like I didn't respond anymore. And that really colored me in a really bad color, where he said that I only like to be in the spotlight, I'm an egocentric, likes the power. I didn't edit anything. I put it as it is to my real members, where they accused me of being all of this. And I said, guys, I'm going to leave, have a good fun. I created you, and I linked them the rating that I made. This is the rating. This is one of the strongest rating I have made, and all of the players are here are equal to Vas and Mosen level. And you're gonna have a blast. Keep there and stay there. Some of the players that I knew that doesn't have a spot or are not being really qualified. They talked to me, and I talked to them, and they came with me to Genesis, where they found a new place for themselves. They were all appreciated as hell in Genesis. They are still raiding there, I'm pretty sure. Last time I checked at least. And yeah.
So did you just quit? It is what it is, or did you have it arranged to join Genesis before?
After this happened, I told Trandelmo that if shit happens with Genesis, I'm coming to him alone, because I like Trandelmo. Trandelmo and Genesis members have been in my pugs for a long time, and I like the way they play. I like the way they talk. I like the way they express. I like everything about them. I really enjoy their company, like a lot. I was in their Discord most of the day when I was in the guild, which is not something I was doing a lot.
Is it Trundle Fury, the Troll Warrior Scarab Lord? Okay, that's it.
Trundle Fury, yeah. And when I joined them, it was exactly on the midst of the Scarab Lord, which didn't really help a lot, because it is what it is fucked with me and fucked with us. We were like a small guild, 5 to 10 people farming at a time. We took one cave and everybody came to our cave. Everybody.
Yeah, you weren't part of the collusion, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we fucked most of the people who came. Most of the people who came, we still managed to finish Scarab Lord and always maintaining our cave. And that's because the players that I was playing with, Trundle Fury and Dirty Erty, those two specifically, there are many others, but those two specifically were out of this world in this game. They think like with couple of they put outside a calculator when they play, I swear to
Okay.
God.
Give an example.
Just like the way that they play the game, the way they use the consumable, the utilities they have in order to avoid. You know how many times a multi-boxer came to us and like a 5 mage multi-boxer with a priest, and Trundle Fury on his mage killed them alone, just himself, unmage. He just went inside, kill all of them. I was like, what? There are 5 people. You simply need to click on one button and you're dead. He's still, and it was time over time over time. I was impressed.
Actually, seeing you in Silitus would be surprising to me. I never thought you
I,
left Orgrimmar.
Dude, I was living in Silitus there. I was 12 hours a day from the morning until the evening, every day with them, farming. I think I farmed at least 20,000 with them, at least. Um,
Yeah, because what you said or what you have been saying, like you're into the whole management stuff. I've never seen you out in the world when it's not raid time.
exactly. I never did a dungeon. I hate dungeons.
Yeah, and you never picked an herb
No,
either.
I always did it from my gold,
Yeah,
I
that you
bought
got
a,
got from the pugs.
yeah, it was the payment I was requesting for this enduring. Um, but it was also fair. Also was communicated at all times. I think nobody complained about this. Um,
Yeah. I wonder how many guys who actually got the Scarab Lord outside of the collusion.
I have no clue.
No, man, it would be interesting to know because I think
I think
Genesis
unknown,
one.
unknown, unknown did.
Oh, maybe they did.
I think so. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't stay in Genesis for too long, though.
No, there was a moment there. I didn't like some stuff. Like at the beginning when I joined, they said they want to go a little bit more hardcore, and then at some point,
Genesis going hardcore.
a little bit. Shut up. Stop being
Uh,
judgmental. And I was like, yeah, I like you guys, so I'm gonna give it a try. I was a trial there for like 5 times, and
let me point this out. If I'm sounding judgmental, please come talk to me and set things straight. Genesis guys are welcome to come and explain who they are and what they're up to. Because I have no clue what they're up to.
I can tell you the Genesis is a group of friends from a long time ago. So they want to go hardcore, but not everybody wants to go hardcore, which is everybody's problem nowadays. And that changed, other than the fact that I was a trial for 5 weeks straight, and I was the raid leader as well at some part of this. I was a raid leader on twice, first 2 raids, and then they switched me off immediately. Don't know why.
They
Uh,
wanted you to raid lead immediately.
yeah, at the beginning when I joined, I was a raid leader immediately. Everybody knew me. Everybody was already doing my pugs with me, and
Yeah,
I
yeah, but still, if you say they're a close friendship, then take someone from the outside. But yeah,
it was also because of the management not wanting to be a raid leader. That was also prompting this into happening. I went inside. I was doing as much homework as I could. I made so many fucking spreadsheets. I made so many stuff. We did the first raid. We did the second raid. Not they weren't perfect, but they weren't bad. And then on the third one, somebody else took over, and I was just quiet the entire raid. I didn't enjoy this because the premise when I joined it was you're joining as a raid leader, and also I was prolonged trial for quite a long time. I think
yeah,
it was because
yeah.
I didn't use consumables on Cthulhu as a tank because we kept on wiping on him, and I was like, come on, it's just ridiculous. Um, so that was the reason. And then I left and joined Ambitions. Ambitions when I joined it was clearly I'm nobody. I'm basically a tank. I don't speak. I'm not anybody. Not a power. Not changing any. I was raid logging, tanking next to Boss Mod, which was an amazing person. Ambitions are amazing people, and it was really refreshing to see 45 minutes clear of Vanquirage. I was like, what? I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
So how's it going with the girl?
With my girl.
No, the girl you're speaking to.
Oh no! I mean, she asked me if I'm an atheist. I said yes. I do believe in people, though, and then no message from them. I don't know.
She
In Israel,
wanted a good you.
yeah, maybe in Israel. I mean, she doesn't like keep Shabbat or doesn't eat. She doesn't eat kosher, but she do believe in God. I don't know. I wrote this and she didn't reply, so fuck her. Whatever happens, happens. But yeah, also the another reason why I quit the game was because of my 6.5 years relationship. I quit that relationship on the 17th of August. My idea at the time was, yes, now I can go 4 nights of raiding. Yes. 3 days afterward, I just couldn't play the game anymore. I just didn't feel like playing the game anymore. Not because I was missing or because I've made a mistake, but rather than you can't fucking sit and waste your life on a PC game. You're 27. Go fucking get a wife. Go get somebody. Go evolve. And yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. What are you doing instead?
I mean, now what I did a little bit, I was playing Path of Exile a little bit. I'm working. I learned how to cook because now I'm living alone. So I learned how to cook quite a lot of meals. I'm getting better at it. I started doing a little bit of exercise at my house because of Corona. The gyms are closed. So
Yeah, they're talking about closing it here in Sweden.
we
Yeah,
are just up.
the news broke today that like the government recommends gyms to close down.
We just went outside of 3 weeks. No, not 3 weeks. 4 weeks of quarantine where we don't have even barbers open. Like I can tell you, the other day, like a week ago, I went to a barber and he told me, once you get into the shop, call me. I called him and he said, go behind the building. There is a door. Knock on it 3 times. I'm not joking. When I went inside, he said, don't sit next to the windows. Sit here. And I sat on the fucking place where you wash your hair.
Yeah.
Just so nobody can see him because he will get fined as hell. It is like this, but no restaurants, and that's that shit. No pubs. The worst time that I could have been single is right now.
Yeah, but online dating is a thing, and it's.
It is, but they are fucking so many weirdos, man.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh yeah.
fucking weirdos, and in Israel, it's also the religion. The religion is occupying at least 40% of the girls. And when somebody says that she's saving Shabbat, that she doesn't power up electricity or anything, nope. Do you eat kosher? Yes, nope. Stuff like this, and like.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Like all of the no stuff for me.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, when I'm swiping, I usually take a print screen of the girls that look like dudes, because we have this catfish joke going on in the guild. So I PM the pictures of those catfishes to my guild master.
Oh, dude, at the beginning, I went into OkCupid and I was like, you know what? Let's not filter. Let's put anybody from the age of 21 to 28 living 25 miles. I didn't realize that 25 miles, it's not 25 kilometers, but let's put it aside. So I got like bombarded. I had like 92 matches. See, people liked you, but you don't know. You need to pay. So what I did, basically, I logged in and I swiped right every time. I didn't even look. I just swiped right everything. And then I fished out the matches. And then I went and declined the match. There was one day, it was a funny fucking day. I woke up in the morning. I did 50 swipes to the right until it locks you. I got 20 matches. I'm browsing those 20 matches. I'm not joking. 20 matches. I'm browsing one after the other. Every one of them is worse than the other. I set references that night. That day I was like, okay, so she has to be this religion, this. Okay, that's it. And from that point, 3 to 4 likes a week.
Yeah. Well, Tinder is the go-to app here, and from what I've understood, it messes up the algorithm if you do the
Yeah,
swipe
both
yes
of
on
them.
everyone.
Yeah,
Is it
both
the
of them
same?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like this because the more you like, the less you will be first on other people's stuff.
Exactly. So I have
You
to
know
be
what you
picky.
can do though. No, you don't have to be picky. You just have to scam your way out of it. You can make it. You can swipe right for the first week or two, delete it, make a new one. Swipe right for the first week, you do realize you don't put any information. You write a small intro about yourself. As more mysterious you are, the more likely you will be matching. You just do this repeatedly and you get a lot of matches because the algorithm can't handle with new accounts.
Yeah, it's gonna be another episode, Denatherion going through the dating app algorithms.
Yes, out to date, coming from a 27 years old single guy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna need it. I'm speaking to the engineers guild. I'm saying like you're gonna have to teach me the algorithm eventually. So it's good you're giving me an intro to it.
Yeah, I wish I knew that. I mean, the algorithm most likely rather simple. The more you log in, the more you try to do swipes to the right when you are not eligible to do them, the more it won't let you do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like the more mistakes you do, the more you show you're desperate, the more they're gonna fuck you over.
yeah.
What
But
the other,
let's jump back to the conversation though.
yeah.
So what happened? How come you left Genesis?
I told you why I left Genesis because of being demoted from a raid leader and prolonging my trial for 5 weeks. Also, I did
So
not
you
enjoy.
were only a trial in Genesis.
Yeah, I also did not enjoy the way that the raid leader who was replacing me was handling stuff. It was taking a long time, and I also told you I went over the breakup and I was like, okay, fuck this. I'm not going to spend any more time in the game.
Okay.
And this is why I joined Ambition after Nuke organized this to happen.
Did Nuke put you into ambitions?
Yeah, I tried to went inside, but I mean I understand them, but they were reluctant to let me join because I'm an high profile player, as Fraj like to tell me. They were afraid I will try to go inside management in some way. Nuke relaxed them, and then they contacted me again when they needed a tank because one guy left or something. And after 4 weeks, I think I raided with them 4 weeks. They understood I wasn't driving to any management position, but I also lost the game. I lost the free. I didn't care anymore.
Yeah.
When I was coming onto the game for the raid, I was like, oh fuck, I have a raid. It wasn't like, yeah, let's go raid,
Yeah, yeah. What I heard was that you showed up late for a couple of raids.
Oh, I showed up. I showed up late only for one raid, the first raid, because I was in coming from a coacher to my house. I was late for 5 minutes. They started 10 minutes before the raid time, but I was late 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. That's only what I heard. Then the person also said that you ass pulled, but I checked the stream and it wasn't you ass pulling.
No, I mean there was an ass pull right when you go down because he gave me an assignment that was the first time I'm ever doing this, and I had to AoE taunt and jump down. The problem is I jumped in order to close the gap because I was behind them. I was just mounting when they were already fighting. So I jumped over to land on top of it and mess AoE taunt. When I jumped, I attract the monsters from the beginning of the family trio.
Oh man.
Those pack, I attract them on top. They came in. I AoE taunted because I realized they came in. I AoE taunted before I managed to put my shield wall because I wasn't binding. I actually binded everything in retail right now. I'm using so many buttons right now. But I didn't bind it, so I didn't click on shield wall quickly enough. I got blitz into death, and they also died.
Okay, then apparently I watched the wrong stream, and I was willing to give you a let go, but you took the blame.
Yeah, I took the blame. I mean, good. I did mistakes, but they weren't upset with me. I think if something they were happy with me. I don't know. You can ask Kali if you want. I think he was happy with me.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have replaced me if I kept on staying there because I didn't say anything. I just came, did my job, and went away. The last 2-3 raids, there was no problem coming from my side.
Okay, so let's return a bit to the pugs. Like, how come you started the pugs?
Well, I've always pugged. When I did retail, I was selling boost. Imagine this: I was going into the RDF, inviting 22 people, looking for 3 boosties, and every boostie that will join will pay me roughly 400,000 gold, and I would have take them together with me and the 22 players and clear the content on heroic. Antoros was the fucking gold mine for me. I made 4 million gold in like 3 days. And I did it with a friend. He was recruiting the boosties. I was making the groups. And then every time we took a group and we went in and I cleared it and I got 4,000 multiple 3 times. I gave him half. And this is how we made so much money. I liked raid leading. when you're good at something, you can make money out of it. I wish it was something I could do in real life, but yeah. I looked somehow to do it in Classic, and this is how it came.
Yeah, just applying an established business plan to another realm. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
What did you enjoy about the pugs?
The people. I mean, let's be honest. Like the money itself, at some point, it lost interest. I had like 14,000 gold. I didn't need money at some point.
Yeah, 14,000 gold, yet no epic mount.
Yeah, fuck that. I can run and get summoned anyway. I'm Jewish, don't forget. And and like I enjoyed the people. I meet all of them well. And don't forget, my reputation was in the trenches. So a lot of people came to my pugs and realized I'm not the monster I was described. So I made a lot of friends. I made a lot of communication. It also remedied my reputation at some point. At least that's what I think.
What do you think about your way to raid lead the pugs? Because you were trying to mini manage or micromanage 40 people. You were trying to tell every single player what spell they were supposed to use, when they were buffing, everything.
I was. I'm doing all raid leading other than healing cooldowns because I'm really suck at department. But I do like to sell to people. Like I'm always looking, as I told you, 360 vision. When I'm tanking, I'm not facing the boss. I'm facing backwards, so I see the entire raid other than bosses where I can't see the raid, which is the worst thing as a tank. But every time I look at them, I look when some players are standing on the wrong side, on the right side. And I believe that 39 people can clear the content as good as 40 people. And if I focus myself on the whip, on the whiplashes, oof, you're a bad boy, move to the left. Oof, you are doing this wrong, move to the right. It will make the 40-man group far better because one guy is only managing. And I was a healer, which wasn't hard. I was just spamming the tank at all times. I went 5 seconds into every fight. Last rank, whatever. Whoever lost HP. I was going and then I thought, okay, I've done enough. Let's go to raid now. And dude, it worked. So you can say, yeah, you could have went the other way about this, but it doesn't matter. At the end of it, all of my pugs worked.
I remember I remember some of your streams that were so fucking hilarious because the way you were managing people were like on what's it called, the one that does the arcane explosion in Molten Core.
Oh, the Shazara.
Yeah, on Shastra you were shouting like, someone purge, 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 and then you go,
oh yeah,
oh yeah, right, I'm a shaman, I can purge.
Whenever I'm whenever something is happening, like, look, I'm playing retail a lot, I'm playing World of Warcraft for a long time. If I see a cast bar going off and I have an interrupt, sorry that as a shaman, I don't remember that purge exists. But as a warrior, even as a whatever I played, when I see an interrupt cast coming up, I'm interrupting. You can see me always interrupting. Like, it's part of the mechanic, in my opinion, like smashing your fucking heroic strike. Same shit.
Yeah, but it seemed to me like the way you raid leading, you kind of forgot that you were part of the raid as well.
Yes, sometimes I do, especially when it comes to utilities like purging or interrupting. But it's because I'm not used to play that shaman. Don't forget, I only log them that shaman once a week. That's all. Once a week, 3 hours. I never touched him before.
Yeah, but come on, you've been to a lot of raids with him.
Yeah, that's true. But it's not just this. There was a lot of time where I would say cleanse and nobody cleanse. And I say cleanse, and then I just go like an alarm clock. Cleanse, up until they cleanse. I'm just not going to shut up until you do it. And it worked. It always worked. That's the thing. You have to accompany yourself to the value of the members you've got. Okay. I can tell you that in Ambition, boss mode didn't have to do anything that I was needing to do as a raid leader because his members there, they know to do everything that needs to be done. They know the only thing it tells them to do is when to use their cooldown. Other than that, they all know the tactics. There is not a stupid guy who would go to the right side when he's supposed to go to the left. So he can actually focus on himself.
Man, I should make an episode of you raid leading a 5-man group without being a part of the group, just sitting on Discord and shouting at everybody.
Holy shit. If I do this, they would most likely block me after 5 minutes because I would like, you understand that I would look at them, seeing it as an outsider, I would be able to analyze what should have happened. Like, you should have interrupted this there, you should have casted this there, you should, stuff like this. I would have been annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
It's not patronizing people. If you want my opinion, I will give you my opinion, honest and transparent, even if it's brutal. That's all.
Yeah, I can admit when I came with my rogue to your pugs, I just muted Discord. I didn't listen to it because playing a rogue, I know what to do. I don't need to hear you shout cleanse, 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 and it's a bit annoying.
Yeah, I agree. Some people were muting me, some people were sitting on different Discord, but that's where I like to enjoy. When I knew somebody muting me, I was testing him. I was like, you know how many times I said unmage for no reason? Unmage, then he answers me, no, all good, love you. Because I knew that he's sitting on the other Discord.
Okay.
I'm also extracting vengeance on people, you know? in my way.
Yeah, tell me about some more sly stuff you did.
So, more what?
Sly or
I don't
sneaky.
Oh, I never done something shady. The only thing I've done that was sneaky is like how I talk to people down in the pugs. Like in the guild itself, I have the utmost respect, and you know this. I never shouted on people. You even remember the incident we had? No, I don't think you were there. We had one incident our entire From the Ashes career with loot. Even then, I was collected, calm, and everybody was calm. Other than the guy was shouting. But I mean, I'm a different guy when I'm guild mastering in that raid to what I was in the pug. In the pug, I went full mental Nazi. I'm not joking. It is what it is. Because I had to. Nobody knows me. Nobody owes me anything. A guy can come in, just not pay attention, or maybe even follow somebody, and then he will be carried. And this will deteriorate the level of my pug, which at the end of it result in people not coming.
Yeah, the thing is, you were transparent with this as well. You started out the pugs with saying, "I'm Denatherion, I'm a Jew, but today I will be a Nazi."
Exactly. I said you guys just entered the House of Pain. You realize that it will be fair, it will be thorough, we will clear all the content, but you will do as I say and you will move as I said. Why? Because if you don't, then most people will not come anymore. And this is what people need to understand. One guy managing 39 people is not an easy task. You can't come to me with every stupid little thing because you feel like I don't know, I told you something that is wrong. Move on. There are 39 people I need to manage, not your feelings.
What were the complaints you got?
I got a complaints from a couple of people about loot, you know? Like, I didn't say any loot specific that, for an instance, the Zord from Onyxia will not go for a warrior, but will only be for rogues who are Zord spec, okay?
Yeah.
And that warrior won this, and the rogue just went up in flames, and like, he never came to my pug again. That was one. But I never cursed anybody. Like, I never went down to anybody's level of talking out of disrespect, you know? Yeah.
But did people never complain about your attitude?
There were some people. I don't. Maybe somebody once said to me that I'm a dick or something like this. But even then, I always replied with, "Yes, I know, but yeah, you're here," you know?
Yeah.
Stuff like this, because I couldn't let myself get involved in this because I'm gonna lose my credibility if I do. So you have to always stay above it. I can tell you, when I started playing Classic, I wasn't like this. Because of Reminiscence, I had to be political. I couldn't say whatever I wanted.
It kind of feels like you're saying exactly what you want when you're raiding, man.
When I'm pugging, yes. When I'm raiding my own guild, no. When I'm pugging, yes, definitely. When I'm pugging, you coming into my pug with the premise that you are mine for that period of basically, there is no other way for this.
You belong to me now.
Yes, I will deliver. You will get what you were signing on when you came, but when you are coming, you are mine. I say, bring this
Slamming
console.
the table when he's saying it, man.
Like, move the troops. I want to kill everybody. Nah. It's not about power trip. It's about I don't know how to tell you. I've led so many pugs. I was the third worldwide pug who killed Gaun on heroic on the first week of Udir. And Gaun is a fucking nightmare for a raid leader because there are 6 people that needs to pick up an orb and move to the location, drop the orb at the same time. It's a lot of communication. not just between me and them, but between themselves, and then they are overlapping me. A
Yeah.
pug, nobody knows each other. It was an RDF pug, and we were third worldwide who killed Gaon as a non-guild. I was in the Israeli guild at the time, another one that was created after mine disbanded, and they were killing the fourth boss when I killed the home.
Did you participate, or did you just stand by the side and yell at
No,
everybody?
I was a tank. I'm a tank. I was the main tank as well. I always
Oh.
participate, but as a tank, it's easy to participate. As a tank, you simply control aggro and use your fucking as a DK is even it's even easier. You have so much kit, you can use whatever you want. You'll never die, and that's what I did.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be an option for you to come back then? Just tank your own pug.
Oh,
You
classic.
could
Maybe
railroad.
for Max Armas. Maybe for Max Armas. I don't know.
How did the pug progress in AQ?
The pug was really good in IQ. I think other than I think even if you guys don't know this, but when I did the first pug for BWL, people told me, every guild leader told me, you would not even kill the first two bosses, and we killed all of the bosses.
Yeah.
You remember I had like 80 viewers at that night, and everybody saw that dying, and then everybody were congratulating, even Epic Fabrican people at the time who were hating on me. But in AQ, we reached Urulan. And even though people said, bring your fire, nature resistance and whatnot, we killed Urulan on the first attempt that we did it correctly. There were 3 attempts where we tried to use recklessness instead of using shield wall on our warriors. As a pug, it's better. Maybe now it's not because everybody's geared as fuck, but back then in the beginning.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna update you and bring in on the loop. Epic Fabricants pug. Epic pug. They actually didn't kill Uro 2 weeks ago. They wiped on him bunch of times, and they wiped so many times prior to that. People were just red geared, and they wiped twice with Uro down at 1% health.
Now you agree with me that it's better to have 39 people working correctly instead of 40 people without leadership? Or let's say I might be harsh because they might have most likely have leadership, but it depends on also the members. You know how many times I went into BWL, same tactics, same shit, different tanks, and wiped like crazy because the tanks don't know what tanking is. It happens a lot of time.
Well, you know what? Last podcast, maybe you heard it. Like Figuren called out some other horde guilds that you need to up their game. I think it might be time to call out Epic Pug. You need to up your game.
You need to achieve my pug.
You need to cleave to achieve.
If you want to achieve that, just find a Nazi. Don't put Figuren. That's not the right Nazi. You need some other guy.
Oh man, is it Denatherion raiding Epic Pug?
Oh, legit. No, I mean, I will come back most likely for Karazhan because I've never experienced Karazhan, but I don't expect any guild to take me in, you know.
But that's TBC.
Yeah, let's wait until TBC comes. Don't forget Shadowlands come right now, and then there are Path of Exile 2 that will come, Diablo 4 that will come.
Come on, fuck that shit.
I wanted to go to TBC because 25 men, I hope our dream was in From the Ashes that we will go to TBC together, me, Vas, Gasha, and all of the people that were with us, like Toronto, everybody, okay? And I will try to reconnect again with them on TBC announcement to see if they are up for this. If yes, if no, no.
But you need to stick around and maintain those friendships, you know?
I do. We still talk. I have them in Battletech. I still talk with Mosen. I don't. Vas didn't add me to Battletech.
So was it only me that you decided to ghost for a month or so?
I talked with Mosen 2 days ago, buddy.
Oh.
I seriously wasn't playing World of Warcraft until 3 or 4 days ago when I saw how easy it is to level, and I don't have anything to do in my life right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I come back to Karazhan, again, no guild will fucking touch me, so I will most likely be forced to create a pug. And if I will be forced to create a pug, it will be Nazi again. But it will be fun. I tell you why it's going to be fun, because I do know all tactics for Karazhan. I'm going to expect everybody to know the tactics, and I'm going to shout a lot. I'm going to have so much fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see you prior to that, though.
Let's see.
Okay, so about your pug, let's pick an Hall of Fame. Let's start with who was your best tank?
Best tank in my pug. There are, okay. Let me say it this way. Empty Never Die, the Chinese main tank guildmaster of the Dragon Breath, Dragon Heart guild.
Oh yeah.
He saved my ass. He saved my ass for the beginning of BWL. If not him, my pug would most likely wouldn't be able to succeed. He wasn't the best tank, but he worth the mention here. After him came my beloved Athen on his warrior, and
Flush.
and he was my main tank for a long time with the promise of getting Thunder Fury. Thunder Fury was outside of loot table. He was getting it if he dropped. Unlucky for him, it never dropped.
Yeah, but he got some gear, he's some items.
Yeah, he was best in slot. Yeah, he was best in slot when I'm done with him. And then Crichton came along. Crichton and Flash were amazing to me.
Yeah, but now you're just mentioning every tank. You're
No.
supposed to select the best one.
Flash was the best one I've had as a tank, as a proper tank. Somebody who was a couple of times there. He was the best tank I've had.
Okay, so best DPS warrior.
Dirty Erty by far.
How come?
Dirty Erty is insane. Motherfucker is insane. That's all I have to say. There are other people who have better gear than him and they do better DPS than him. But trust me, I've seen the guy play. I've seen the guy explain how he plays and what he's doing and the way he's monitoring stuff. And Dirty Erty is by far the best warrior I've had, and Unmage is the best mage I've had. But if I have to decide who's the best player by all, that would be Moses. The little motherfucker who quit the game. Moses, his other name is he also created the warrior. What was his name? Big Moi? No, Big Moi.
What class did he play?
Moses was a mage. Moose. You remember Moose? Mooses.
Yeah.
He was one of their friends. He was in Genesis and then he moved to It Is What It Is. He was ranking as a warrior. He annoyed a couple of people. They reported him. He got suspended for a week. He came back. He annoyed somebody again. He got suspended again and then he quit the game. But
let's move on to Rogue.
I'm trying to remember the names of the rogues I've had. I've had many. I can't remember which one of them was absolutely the best. I do remember one thing. I do remember TBA. I do remember Nux. And I do remember Pajon Arberit. But if I have to rank them, Nux, TBA, Pajon Arberit. Nux was a motherfucking insane amount of that rogue. He knew everything. He was using distract shots to practically save my pug from dying 1,000 times, especially in the situation room.
Yeah, it takes great knowledge to use distract. I agree.
It doesn't take great knowledge. It doesn't. But none of the fucking rogues are doing this. So what are they? Stupid? Interrupts on spot, suppression devices on spot. TBA wasn't far away behind him. TBA was amazing. And Pajon Arberit right after them. Pajon Arberit is a long-time player. Was amazing in my opinion.
So mage, I would say Moses then?
Yeah, I would say it's hard because it's both Moses and Unmage. They were competing against each other to the point that they were always on the same path. Always. Moses was always seemed to be more knowledgeable, but they were always fighting on the same level. So I can't say. It's both of them. I'm not joking. They are the best mages I've seen on the thread.
Okay. The Warlock then?
Dirty Erty.
Same guy as the Warrior?
I've seen, he's also a Warlock. I've seen a lot of Warlocks. I've seen Danielson. I've seen many fucking Warlocks. But Dirty Erty is not, I don't know how to tell you. He was pushing the DPS. He was pushing his abilities. He was pushing his shadow burns, is all of the stuff that he can use, but without excluding from my set of debuff slots. He never put a debuff that was not supposed to be there.
So what guild is he from?
Dirty Erty Warlock joined Ambition. Dirty Erty is from Genesis.
Okay. And you would rate him over Danielson?
I know Danielson. He's a good player. He wasn't much in my part.
Yeah, but he's no Dirty Erty.
No, Dirty Erty is Dirty Erty. Nobody's Dirty Dirty Earthy is not Dirty Earthy, buddy. Not joking. I mean, the guy is an idiot. I love him as well. He knows he's an idiot, but he's a really good player.
How come he's an idiot?
Oh, Dirty is an idiot. Ask him, he will tell you. He knows why he's an idiot.
Okay, so moving on to the healers. Shaman.
Fatin. Flash.
Again?
Yeah. He taught me everything I know. I never seen a better shaman than him. I mean, there was...
Did he even join your pugs on the Shaman?
Atin and Sweet Peaches, Atin is in his brass knowledge about shamans. He just know everything. He taught me everything, even though I never executed it. He sit with me and explained to me everything. Sweet Peaches is all about all of the other utilities of a shaman. He's totem twisting and always being top on the meters. Atin was a single target healer and he was quite good at it. His tank never died. I cannot say Sledna, because Sledna usually didn't come to my pug. He only came before he joined our raid team. And Sledna, both in my raid team, both in my pugs, was always roughly 20% more healing than everybody below him. But I never had Atin, Sledna, and Sweet Peaches together, so I can never compare with them.
Yeah, but you're still going with Atin over Sweet Peaches?
I think so. I think so.
Decision.
It's a tough decision. I can't say otherwise. It's a tough decision.
Okay.
Renarder is an amazing player.
Sure. So what about Priest?
Priests. Which one of them? I remember there were a couple. But they weren't per se Adamant. His name is always there. Adamant. He was one of the best. I don't talk about logs. I talk about the guy. I gave him something to do and he always did it. It's not just Adamant. There was another guy. Yeah, something with a G. He was always coming as well, and they were both always there. And battle something. Fuck me.
Okay, but let's go with Adamant then.
I think it's Adamant. Yeah, I can't remember anybody else who was that better than him.
So the last class remaining is Druid.
No, you forgot the Hunter and you forgot more. But
shit.
Dr. Stefan was once in my pack for AQ, and if we are also taking one-timers, then he is the best. Now, Hunter, it's CQ Alt.
Oh, yeah.
CQ Alt.
What's it called?
I can't pronounce this fucking name. AWS, that's how I called him. CQ's alt, the Hunter, was the best Hunter I had. He was always ranking the best. He was always doing what he was supposed to do. No complaints at all. When Trenarder came, and there were a couple of times where they were together, Trenarder was better, but Trenarder gear was nothing to compare against his. He was an alt. Other than this, we had the Droid. Droid is it's a pleb, because I never had a constant droid. There was one guy that I used to take up until Genesis people joined for the first time and he fought with somebody, and then he never came again. That was a teen friend, a droid, I can't remember his name. He was really good. But other than this, I don't remember any particular droid that when I see his name, I was like, yeah, I'm taking, there wasn't anybody who comes to mind like this.
Was it Hystericat?
No, not Hystericat. It was somebody else. I can't remember his name. Something with an S and L and Y. I just can't remember else. You can ask Atin. Atin knows. He was a
Sure.
Let me see if we have said everything. We said Warlocks. We said Warrior, Shaman, Priest. Yeah.
Yeah, we got, as a tank, we have Flush.
Yeah.
And DPS Warrior, we have Dirty. Rogue, we have Nax. Mage, we have Moses, and he's squared with Unmage. Warlock, we have Dirty. Shaman, we have Athene. Priest, Adamant, Druid, Dr. Stefan. And Hunter, we have Seek.
Yeah, Seek. Exactly.
I think those are the guys I'm gonna try to get into a 5-man group that you will raid lead. We will fucking see that shit. So call out to those guys. Contact me and we'll make this happen.
Dude, you do realize that if it happens, it won't be much to say, but imagine that I will find stuff that they cannot say, no, you're wrong. Imagine that. Imagine I tell you should have interrupted, but oh yes, you're right. Imagine that coming from Dirty Earthy, man, he would fucking kill me. Yeah, where are we?
we're at the last point. We're at the cliffhanger. We're at the catfish.
Oh, damn. You know,
This is the reason I wanted you to come to the podcast, because I'm so
I know you don't
so
care about
curious
me,
about the story.
Let me tell you this: we made a mistake putting it at the end, not a little bit before the end, because now people can just jump to the end. Now, the catfish. I can tell you only my side because I didn't know that it was happening until it was happening. Okay.
Yeah. But just start it. How did the
I will
catfish?
start.
How did the catfish join your guild?
I think I'm not gonna disclose the catfish name. Fuck him. He did a lot of damage. But Asai was the catfish, guys. He didn't. Asai was a rank 10 player. I didn't know if it's a female or male. I tried to poach him. He was guildless. Shut up, people. I was trying to.
So we're referring to him as him.
I was referring to him as him. I never knew that he was a girl. Let me just shut up and listen. He was guildless.
Great leading this call now.
No. I was asking him to join us. I promised the world basically. I told him like what we are going to achieve. It was before the migration opened. It was where From the Ashes actually had future. He joined us. She, whatever. He joined us. He played with us. He was really quiet. He never talked. We never heard him or her voice at all. Let's just refer to him as a him, because if it was a female, she is a disgrace. Anyway, as a man. Agreed. So like, he was really good. Like he was really good. Like aside play style as a rogue, she wasn't the top rogue. We had TBA there, we had Nax there, but she was competing and she was really good. Okay,
Man, now you're referring to him as a she.
Let's just refer to him as whatever. It, okay?
Okay, it.
The catfish was really good. And he also mingled, so a lot of people became friends. Shetza, our French guy, was really naive and really cute guy. Really, like good player, good warrior, really cute guy. They bonded together a lot, and they became friends. Apparently, he was the first guy to tell me that he is not a he, but he is a she. And she was hiding it because she didn't want any special treatment. Okay, this happened. She fought with one of my hunter members, and she moved a rogue to a different realm in the middle of the night. Like there was no talk about this. I woke up.
Yeah, but what was the beef about?
I don't remember. Something, she said something to him, and he said, "Stop annoying everybody. You are annoying people." And then she said, "Oh, bye. I don't like to be in a place where I'm annoying people." Okay, she left. Of course, I didn't realize what happened. I blamed him for talking to her this way because I know that she's like a feisty little girl. At least that's what I believed. But she was cute. She never meant harm, at least on that point. Yeah. And I talked to her a lot. I told her to come back, and she said, "Okay, you know what? For you, I will come back, but I can't." So she leveled the warrior. She leveled the warrior with such an intense playtime. She played all the day. She reached level 60 after 4 days or something. And I was like, okay. I bought her by myself without any expectation of return. I was rich as fuck. I bought her a Lionel Telemet the moment she reached level 60. I gave it to her. I gave her the enchant. Bye-bye. And that's it. I was done with this saga. I'm only going to disclose Shetza. Shetza was being a little bit...
She left immediately after getting Lionheart.
No, she didn't leave. She was there for a couple of more months because that was still before the migration was open. We were raiding together. She was talking. She was really getting annoyed on Epic Fabrican of how they treat us. She was really protective. She was trying to recruit. Telling you that there weren't a single sign that puts her in any bad light. She was really caring about everything. She was friending a lot of people. She was playing with people. She was helping a lot of people. She was mingling with a lot of people. Apparently, and I do not going to disclose names, but apparently 5 people, at least that I know of, they are all around the guilds right now. 5 people were his victim. And what happened is she basically asked for a loan, which she never gave back. And on the day before she left, she took 3,000 gold from some guy and then left the day after. That guy was an idiot to give her the 3,000 gold, because what can a warrior possibly buy for 3,000 gold before the Titan leggings were even introduced? Yes, yeah. And she already has Helm of Lionheart because I gave her. So yeah, after this, it came to my realization that she was supposed to meet somebody in real life. They were supposed to date one of my members.
Really?
Yeah, that was cancelled. Of course, it wasn't before he actually got involved. He didn't understood what's going on. He bought a flight ticket, by the way.
Seriously?
Yes.
Holy fuck, man! That's
Yes. I guess this was also something that prompted her to move quickly after this.
savage.
So she took a bunch of gold from a bunch of people, and then she fucked over one guy who bought a ticket and his heart. Nonetheless, this also at this point the entire atmosphere was really bad in our guild. Like, who can we trust after this?
Yeah.
This what prompted us to realize that, guys, if this happened underneath our nose, we have failed. We have failed it. And we merged. That's pretty much all I know about the catfish. And there are 2 players in your guild that have been dealt with this, 2 players in Epic Fabrican that were dealt with this, 4 people who have actually quit the game, some people who are in it is what it is. Everywhere you look, there was somebody who got fucked by the catfish. And I understood that she or he did it so good that none of them were even thinking. Imagine giving somebody 3,000 gold, not even thinking that he might leave the realm. I wouldn't give you, and I know who you are, 500 gold.
Yeah, I know
And
that.
that's not.
I've tried.
I know. I mean, 3,000 gold. Like, they were having complete faith in catfish. And yeah, we all hope that she will have a good life, as you can understand. To sum it up.
Yeah, I even went to Gehenna's, which is where she transferred the rogue that she transferred after the dispute with the hunter, and I tried looking for her there. The people in the guild that she joined there didn't know who she or he was, and she wasn't active anymore, so I couldn't find her.
By the way,
I tried.
a little bit about this aspect. You know that when Ascalon left into another server, can't remember which server it was, they were digging. The guild that he joined was a top guild, and they were digging about his past. They didn't realize why a tank left with Thunderfield. And they found us. They came to us. The guy joined into Bloodfang server. He targeted me, and then he found us because that idiot said that he came from Bloodfang. I don't know why would you fucking at least not lie from where you came from if you are lying suck shit. And we told them the story of what happened. They kicked him, and they also published this to everybody. So at the end of it, he was raiding in a not better guild than From the Ashes until he quit the game.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say, people, is be good to each other. Don't scam each other. You know what? You want to be toxic, go to Figuren, have a class, meet him, hear how to do this, because as much as he's toxic, at least he's an honest person. He's honestly toxic. He's not lying about this. You know that when you talk to him, you're gonna get toxicity in your face. You know that.
Yeah. It was quite nice when we had a conversation, though.
If you deserve it. He was in my pugs a couple of times at the end. He was really nice.
Yeah,
Doing everything.
I enjoyed quite a lot talking to him, and I got really drunk during that conversation as well. So I mean, that's a good sign.
I think it's about time I start. The motherfucker didn't still answer my message about being an atheist, and my other plans fell through. So I am all alone with my right hand, people. Anything else I can humor you, Jerry Springfield?
But how did Figuren get involved with the catfish story?
I have no clue. Was he involved?
You said that.
Oh, I said no, but I told you she was really protective. So when she saw when Catfish saw the opportunity of fucking with Epic Fabric and Onyxia, she went for it. And then I don't remember which one contacted me from Epic Fabrican. And when I went inside and I started saying, Asai, stop. And she said, no, those Asai, stop or I'm kicking you. And then she stopped. And then I apologized to Epic Fabrican. And this what prompted the forgiveness. He did forget to mention, maybe because he wanted to reserve my dignity, but no, I did apologize for her behavior, which was also something that they respected. At least that's what they told me.
That's a big let off for Figuren. I thought he was simping the catfish.
No, I don't think he gives a shit. He actually targeted her for a long time. She was really mad at him.
Yeah, we tried to poach her as well from you.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we made progress, but
You do
since it turned out to be a dickhead.
you do realize that when I started poaching, everybody condoned it, but now everybody's poaching and nobody.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
At least if you're pushing it, you have to.
But as Figuren said, and I think I said this way before Figuren said this, and I actually explained this once to Brutalos, the guildmaster of Fenimore, which suffered a lot for me because Vas, Mosen, and all of those came from Fenimore.
Yeah.
I explained this to him. If I offered somebody a better deal and he took it, it doesn't mean that I'm the bad guy. It means you weren't satisfying him, as much as Figuren said. If somebody left me to join another guild, it means I was doing something, not him. He's looking for himself, which is legit. And I agree with this completely.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if what they offer isn't good enough and you can offer something better, then why shouldn't you poach?
Look, this is what I try to do with Reminiscence. I try to take over the fucking realm so nobody have to poach anybody. You will just play with anybody every time. Imagine going online seeing like 850 people within your guild. You write down I want dungeon for a dead mine. You will have 100 people. It was insane. Like the chat was flying. If somebody said something about politics, oh my god, what happened? If somebody said the word ninja lot, oh my god, what would happen?
Okay, so I think we've gone full circle. We're back at talking about Ashbringer again.
Yeah, that was my
I
strongest
think we
hit.
covered enough for today. And
Definitely.
I sure hope I will be seeing you again. I sure hope you will stick around and show your face at an Orgrimmar sometime, at least.
I'm logging sometimes, you know. I'm logging to check if my consumables got sold. Yes, I'm still selling my consumables. Making those extra buck.
Yeah, it's good. Well, thank you for joining Denatherion. It's been
Of course, buddy. I did avoid you for quite a long time, but it wasn't personal when I avoided you. I simply didn't have it in me to have this conversation. Cheerful as I am right now.
it's cool. Now it happened, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks,
See ya,
man.
guys, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you, Jerry.